Good morning, Free Enterprise fans. Welcome. We are getting Sunday started off with this Red Moon Waning match between Eizan, Tayama, and Xyrak. I'm Commander Leonhardt. Cubs Rules 21 rolled this up for us and is handling Restream, Cheap Launcher taking care of tracking, and I'm joined by Engadave in the booth. Engadave, I see an edge. And I see a list of bosses. What jumps out to you amongst all of that?
Oh, that edge jumps out because we're going to go fast today. He's all about that. That starting gear said he's going to clear out the overworld on his own. Notably, some of these bosses could be very rude depending on where they show up. Magus Sisters at any high magic spot.
Yeah, definitely. Antlion in his natural habitat. A lot of those spots are very punchy. Same goes for Evil Wall. Yeah, a lot of rudeness, which is what we've come to expect from Red Moon.
And maybe we can follow tradition like we have so many times to turn ready in. Stick football gauntlet at the Ogopogo spot.
That would be hype. Now, those of you familiar with how Red Moon works know that because we see this edge, we will not be seeing Cecil or Frisoya anywhere else in the seed. There will be 6 other characters in the unearned spots, rather. But those 2 will not be among them.
So, what you're saying is we can expect all the crystal swords.
Absolutely. Ebling Castle will obviously have 2 crystal swords and an X-Cowl in the trap chests. And at least one of those can be darted.
I was gonna say one of those theories is useful. The other two are all the money we'll ever need.
Right. Exactly. It took a while to give us our goal this. I'm a little, got all the way down to 5.
I think there's some sort of sorting that goes on when Tricker rolls this.
I'm not familiar enough.
These bosses are pretty much in the order you would encounter them in the game.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's totally a good point. They're in the order you encounter them in the game. All right, fair enough. We're underway.
Edge starts with his protege mage. They got the same cloak, so there's some sort of relationship.
Oh, early package. We'll see if either of our runners feel like gambling on that check soon, or if it's something they put off for later. Vanilla.
Yep. Some delicious ice cream to start off our Sunday brunch.
Yeah. Xyrak, about to be underway. Go, 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 zoom, zoom, zoom.
You start with this guy party. Where are you going first, Commander?
Oh, Bedward's not a thing on the Blue Moon that I'm used to. So, yeah, I'm checking characters. I'd probably do Watery Pass into Damsian. Damsian Star works too.
I can get behind that. You want to know who you're dealing with, so you know what you're trying to build around.
Mm-hmm. Cydia has Rydia and Tella.
I think our runner's going to be looking for an early darkness crystal.
Yeah, slingshot that Rydia. You'd much rather do 12 D machines to get to nuke than 24. And Randy in chat pointing out the Gaia drum in the Damsian basement, which is definitely nice to see. Porum also really pushing for this D machine.
Yeah. Yeah. Did we roll Edge and all mate? Okay, there's not a convincing argument. Yeah, not a convincing argument to go away from the mages.
No, not really. Like, we've got Edge. That's about the outside of your starting character, which in this case is Edge, Kane is probably the best argument you could find to get away from D-Machine. That's a water hag. If it was a gauntlet, it would have had more sprites.
Agreed. Right, because that spot has 4 boss sprites.
Yes. But it looks like Xyrak's going to take it for the burst of XP and probably to loot. This is a fairly high percentage location relative to other overworld spots.
I believe this spot's weighted similarly to Evelyn Castle, which we all know gives the goods.
Even in the untrapped chests, so yeah. Eizan Tayama not interested in it though. Moving on. So we'll see if Xyrak picks up something that gives him a little bit of a reward for getting through this fight.
Some J items, I'm not upset.
It's okay, J items, yeah. Edge has the hit points to make use of that lit bolt early. Sammy Bow is nice.
Ogre Axe for Sid, I think, is the reward there.
Yeah, if you're looking at taking on the Evelyn Castle, you can at least knock down the Mad Ogres with ease and that pesky Staleman. And speaking of dealing with Mad Ogres, we have a Rune Ring in Damsian.
Staleman, probably the thing that's wiped me in that house more than anything else.
Yeah, Edge is going to toss a quick flame, and the skulls are going to be gone, and that's just going to leave an angry Staleman behind.
I've had a cover Cecil get put to sleep by that thing more times than I want to admit.
So, funny thought there. Since we don't have Sineki on, Sid comes with gear that protects against sleep.
That's right, he starts with the prisoner shirt.
Yeah.
Call.
I've never yet seen prisoner shirt strats, but someday. Getting all the easy bosses in the easy locations, that might spell trouble later.
From our perspective, we love to see it, because that means rude bosses are still waiting.
Right?
I see what's going on. Xyrak is prioritizing the quick, easy loot locations with good with good tiering.
Mm-hmm. And
reward with that Stardust Rod.
Stardust Rod is an excellent find for a mage team, not just for the early AoE clear, but for the stat stick. Eizan doing something similar, getting a quicker trip into the back of Hobbs with the summon check, which was just mage.
It was mage?
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, there's a couple of niche spots where you're like, I can't deal with this edge. Maybe I'll just paralyze it or something. But yeah, I'm stretching. I got nothing.
Oh, look at this. We have Xyrak checking the package early. Going for that cheeky check.
Well, we have a bunch of crystal swords, but we're not going to be able to sell them. They are busy burning down the village.
So instead, we lit the crystal on fire?
Are we
trying to make firebrands?
I think this is like some sort of FF5 crossover where we have a spell sword using that fire strike ability thing.
Oh, that's a crossover we didn't know we needed or wanted.
Butts a miss. Just saying.
So I'm assuming that would be a cute butts.
Yeah, that's fair. What do we have here in Antlion? We have Mom Bomb. Potential objective on Red Moon, but not today.
No, kind of rude here.
Yeah, you're just gonna eat the explode and flame it. Like, there's no two ways about it.
At this early, you're not doing the 9,000 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Good news, we have all those J items that we can just toss at the baby bombs.
Yeah. Which actually looks like what Eizan's gonna sit on instead of the flame. More reliable that way.
Added bonus from Mom Bomb being here. The explode conveniently knocked down Riddy to preserve a sling.
Yes, it's true. That is the thing that happened. Well, that Mom Bomb's going to have to be dealt with sooner or later.
And unfortunately, to some members of the community, fading Antlion not possible today.
Yeah. You'll figure it out eventually if you're that committed to the bit. It's like, I didn't find D-Mist at Zot 1. I guess I better go do Antlion.
I don't understand. The sea must be broken. I can't see any. I don't have any other objectives left.
Well, Odin, not really what Xyrak's looking for here.
But I appreciate the check.
Oh, definitely. It's a boss hunt. And if you find a boss in this spot, hey, this is something maybe your opponent doesn't do, and you can hit go mode earlier.
I saw Sparkle was thinking for a second, maybe Cubs actually put a boss in the overworld. Nah, not yet.
Yeah, this one's kind of casual. Edge throwing quick body check to Kaipo miss says, you're not going to block me.
Edge is just channeling his inner running back and throwing a good stiff arm.
Right? Get Heisman.
Or for more recent, Derrick Henry with the
Ooh, yeah, that works.
throwing defenders and other defenders.
Though, the time when all day was running downfield and just threw a stiff arm backwards and landed the guy. Oh my goodness.
Fair.
Yeah, also pointing out Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, that too. Good times. All good times here.
Although if there's any Saints fans in the crowd, they may not want to read that one.
I mean, they still should have given Beast Mode the ball on the goal line. I'm not getting over that. Anyway, we're here to talk about Free Enterprise, so we've got some looting going on. Xyrak's about to pick up his hook. And get out in front of that inventory, boss. Nice thing, one of the very nice things about both Blue and Red Moon with C no earned on is you come to a pretty early decision about your party and you know what you might pivot to, so there are a lot of things that you can just sell right away. Be like, nope, I'm done. Get out, get out, get out. Get away from me, inventory boss.
And if you know, for example, there's no Cecil Arcanus Seed, any Holy Swords or like any swords or spears you find, you can just immediately sell.
Yep. Only reason to hang on to them in this seed is if Edge can throw them. Yeah, with that done, Eizan's gonna head on up Ordeals. Get Tella all of his spells and make 3 boss checks.
Seems pretty good. And I agree with full clearing the well, you want the spells, but I would expect both ranks full clear the overworld.
Oh yeah, you can't fade to this spot on this boss set. Like, other flag sets in the past, Ordeals has not been a welcome check. if you don't have Cecil or Tella in the party, but here, yeah, runners are revisiting the site of Cecil's pilgrimage.
God. On an all boss hunt, 3 boss spots, it's risky to
Right.
fade.
Right, you can't. It's too much. And especially with this edge start, you know, you're gonna cut through this without any trouble, like you were saying at the beginning.
Vanilla Edge does 450-ish a swing.
Yeah, it'll get the job done. We've got a few nice J items.
Oh, I was hoping for this at a higher HP spot, but can't have everything we want.
Yeah, Sparkle over on full defense, and oh right, it's the same Sparkle as last time. Yeah.
We have orbs on the mounted deals, which in this flag set without the back row glitch could be very, very rude at spots.
Yeah, you want to have somebody dealing full damage to or from the back row, they actually have to have a back row weapon on. You can't just put a boomerang in Edge's right hand and take him off and let him swing Hanzo.
But here the back orb has, what, like 2400 HP?
Yeah, about that. We'd know for sure if the defender had had a chance to heal anybody, because its hit points are 1/10 of the main orbs, and that's how much it heals for.
And Eizan deciding I don't have time to play with these, just chuck something at it and makes it go away.
Right. Nobody's got time for that. Might have been hoping to be able to get through it calmly in case back attack was rude.
That's a rude back attack.
Oh yes, especially with Edge anchored. Good thing Eizan made the save. Always be saving, because otherwise you're probably going through that again. Now conveniently it is down, so we can toss a very quick life potion, but the issue is that the count on Plague just goes by the main ATB ticks, and having Edge as an anchor means everybody is using a lot of those ticks before they can get in the queue.
And Ready at base level is RA no.
Yeah, like look at that. Tick, tick, tick. Like, Plague needed 7 ticks to take his action. But gets the life in real fast. Like, I commend Eizan's effort in trying to make this work, but
This is gonna eat.
might be faster just to reset, pivot to a slow anchor, and handle things.
This ate quite a few life pots.
Mm-hmm. That too.
And time getting the counts to work right.
But he's starting to get it put together. And he may be proving me wrong here and just handling this.
Starting with the Iridia down was huge. Without that, I think this is just a wipe.
Yeah, without Iridia down, you're dead in the water the moment you see this. Some spicy chocobo loot for Xyrak,
Yeah.
sheep launcher. Our tracker letting us know.
The Chocobo Forest, higher weighted than you would think.
Yeah, it's following the rule of out of the way and no other reason to go there, so we're gonna make the loot better. But Eizan Tayama pulling off the back attack Plague with a fast anchor.
Great
on
job,
the first go.
Great job, Eizan. That is among the rudest back attacks there are if you're fast anchored.
Yes. Many a great runner, Eizan being one of those great runners, has fallen prey to this.
It's that feeling of impending doom the moment you see the sparkle show up.
Right. Blarg, at least, has a nice delay on that Mega Nuke, and you're like, yeah, I'll probably get a wall up. But Plague,
Oh, that's an Earth
Ooh.
Crystal. You think we're getting a treasury rating?
This early, I would be very surprised if we didn't. Oh, and, this is another one of those bosses that, all those early soft bosses were thinking, maybe there'll be something rude on the moon. This guy's rude on the moon.
I was kind of hoping this guy would be chilling on the hook route.
Right? Canasso at Rubicon is a rite of passage.
So, you want to take, 1,000 to 1255 from a wave? Here you go.
Yeah, no objectives yet. We've seen an antlion. We've seen the waterfall. We've seen Wool Defense and Hobbs, and we've seen Ordeals. And Mist Cave.
I think this is the second time this tournament I've done comms with Cubs on Restream, and both times the overworld's just decided bosses don't exist.
Yeah. And that back attack plague doing to Xyrak what back attack plague normally does.
And
Oh,
Xyrak's
he's
not
gonna go.
saving.
Yep, so he gets to redo CPU. That's going to give our first measurable lead of the race. Plenty of time for that to turn around.
We are still super early. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. Life pot went the wrong direction.
Mm.
Yeah, does look like Eizan's going to go play one of our favorite games soon. Or, okay, that's not funny, Eizan.
Dilbert asking a question in chat, what would the 8 most out-of-the-way objective locations be? Luca, both Giant, Tower Key, Zot 2, Cave Value, Barren Basement, Wyvern Altar? That's a solid suggestion for them. Value Cave, runners do like to peek early, just make a couple of steps and you can look at the sprite, and if you were planning on Gold Dragon grinding, it's also a convenient place to do that. That being said, I'm having trouble finding a harder one.
I would throw Magnus in there. It's a long check.
Yeah, I like that.
And Fossum in chat's agreeing. No surprise there.
So we have a ninja shirt. Good times, and Eizan immediately equipping it.
I like making Edge into a pseudo tank.
Yeah, the defense on a ninja shirt is staggering, and as a nice bonus, you get +3 to agility.
It's got, I think, 40 evade, or some ridiculous number. Got a lot of evade.
I'd say 70, but yeah, it's a ridiculous number.
Xyrak adjusting a little bit, getting through that plague. Came in with a few party members down to life up.
Very nice. Employing the twin magic. Very handy on the overworld. You got to imagine that Xyrak's going to be following right behind Eizan on this check.
With an edge, I think you really want to hit that treasury. Look for ninja swords, maybe a Mura. Get greedy for a Masa.
Sure. Go for it. Plus, this drops you right off in Baron, and Baron in is another check to make. Hey, it's the officer and soldiers.
More free overworld fights.
Right? If you don't care about the XP, you just AoE out the soldiers and be done with it.
And as Cubs is pointing out, also more non-objectives.
Yeah. Still waiting for our first objective. Oh. Or sheep launcher. Only a few key items to light up.
Don't worry, that means that in about 20 or so minutes, they're going to be coming in fast and furious.
Sheep launcher, you don't need buttons when you've got family. Working through this officer fight. You know what would be great here? A coffin. Just one coffin, that's all I ask!
Sorry, Porum's currently using it.
Porum! No save. Says I can do that officer fight again. I'm not. Oh, Void Piggy! The Void Piggy!
Yes!
And we see D-Mist at Dwarf 2. Okay.
So, we know our runners are going underground because it's 2 key item checks from Dwarf now.
It means that it's a Void Piggy. That's what it means.
So, with those ears, we could have Antlion here.
Hey, you called it.
I think we're just...
Enga Dave showing off mastery of the pig meta, and we have our first objective.
Is it really witchcraft if we had a hint going into it?
There are apparently a lot of possibilities for white ears, and they're giving you.
And also, Antlion got a little confused, thinking this was the moon.
Would you like another objective? You just go to Baron Inn. It's just been waiting here this whole time. Like, we could have knocked this out at the beginning. It would have been a risky play, not so much because of the sisters, but because of the fight after.
Yeah, what follows hits hard. It's slow, and with edge anchoring, it's not going to get turns for a while.
I was about to say, Sisters Grind is really not what we were hoping for here. Grrr.
I think you have an emote for this one.
I do.
Tower key. We're getting a lot of stuff to do underground once we get there.
Yeah. John Burkhead, no. You are not the only one. In fact, I'll do you one better. Grrr.
Oh, that was good.
Eizan coming up. Xyrak went here instead of Zot.
Would you like second ninja shirt? In case your first one gets dirty.
Awesome. If you've seen the first Karate Kid movie with wax on, wax off, that's Buffy. uh, Time for Xyrak to head up Zot. Take care of Ant Lion as Eizan finishes up Baron Inn. And so after this, Eizan will be headed underground, because what else are you going to do?
Stare longingly at your ninja shirt? I'm not sure.
Would you like a second ninja shirt for the second ninja that you can't have?
What do you mean? We have a second ninja. It's right there. Just off screen.
Suspicious of this. And true, Xenacat. Xenacat points out that Eizan has not checked package yet. That is definitely an option. Looks like Eizan decided the cutscene out of Baron was a good chance to pop up from the chair for a second. You gotta find these moments sometimes when you're a racer.
It's good to stretch when you can.
Yeah, it's no whale launch, but, you know, it'll do.
I am certainly guilty of getting up, getting a drink, and just letting King Queen play out.
Oh, yes. Best part is when you come back and realize, oh, right, Be No Free is on. Oops. Not an issue in this tournament, though. Someday.
I wouldn't mind a tournament with Be No Free.
I mean, personally, myself and probably Martin Broadcloak and a few others are just waiting for No EXPS cabins. You know, just loot, get what you need from loot, and get your experience from your trap chests and your boss fights, or figure out something low level.
The big draw of a Be No Free tournament, 4th wave.
Right? Bacchus, Coffin, and Life. Good times. Very good shop.
That's a Evelyn Castle one-stop shop, or not Evelyn Castle, Evelyn Cave one-stop shop for everything you need.
So we put a shirt in a chest with Flame Dog, and it came out black.
I see nothing wrong here.
Right? Like, this is an expected result, I think.
It was a 3rd ninja shirt before it went in.
And yeah, Be No Free, there are some ways that the King-Queen spot could ruin our lives. Not DKC, though. Unless somebody's changed the randomizer logic, DKC gets kicked out, added to the cannot gate underground access when you turn Be No Free on.
Right, because there's a few spots where those waves would just ruin your day.
Yeah, like King Queen Evelyn. Eizan Tayama sees the wall and says, you know, let's do a little more prep work here.
Good news, that's objective. Bad news, that's a fun one to deal with.
It's not Ground Flyer's wall, but it'll do. It'll do.
You getting the Yeti?
Yeah, I think now, I don't think you can have the wall completely take himself down in that spot. I think you need some help.
Oh, we're picking up a Porum maybe for
Ah.
extra blink casts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or we've
Level-
already Samurai.
Level Porum off of the trap chests in Eblin.
Maybe find a heroine robe and let her go full murder child.
Sure. Eddie strats are utilizing each character as efficiently as possible and giving everyone a chance to shine.
Eddie strats are fantastic if that evil wall is one spot earlier.
Yes, it's a beautiful play there. And really, like, most Eddie strats, well, a lot of Eddie strats are just using a boss's aggression against them. Which really, if you think to the whole lesson of ordeals, you must not fight now. Justice is not the only right in the world. It's very much in keeping.
And funny enough, one of the bosses Eddie strats are fantastic against is that boss.
Yeah. Just step out of the way and let him kill himself with dark waves.
I think both our runners are going to be doing what Eizan is right now and looking for extra loot, because that wall is rude.
It is. It really is. Some darts to throw at it. Oh, don't turn down the sleep meta. No. I mean, no, seriously. Dragoon armor's perfectly fine. Here.
Yeah, that is a tanky Sid.
Right? Mad Ogres wind up and say, oh, 80 damage.
So you're like, I'm sorry, were you trying to punch me? We may have heard him yell out, "Stop trying to hit me and hit me!"
Had to type that one in chat. Would have been too tempted to do a bad impression of singing it, which A, nobody needs to hear, and B, we don't need the VOD to be muted.
It's early in the morning. I have not had enough drinks for karaoke yet. That's helpful against the wall.
Right? Suddenly, with a Moonveil, like, the only thing you have to worry about is Crush Phase.
Pull a ribbon out of here and that wall is free.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Moonveil plus ribbon is free evil wall.
I don't think we're quite at dive yet. Yeah, you can avoid damage, but how do you plan on killing before Crush Phase right now?
You know, the spot's a little too fast. I know that Evil Wall has waits in its script when it gets to Crush Phase. So,
True.
although Possum's letting you know... Oh, no, that's the Mad Ogres. They're 28-31. Never mind. I think that spot's really sick agility. If it was
30...
a slower spot... If it was a slower spot, you might be able to edge anchor and actually keep pace with the Crush Phase with life pots, since they're for sale in Eblin.
At possibly it's 31. I knew it was somewhere in the 30s.
Okay, so 31, not as bad as I thought. You're probably an RA4 Evil Wall with that, so if you can... The issue is, if when you get to Crush Phase, you're already down to 1 or 2 people, you're just not going to have the action economy. And yeah, as Possum's pointing out, Silk Web, very helpful there. Gives you the double
Agreed.
slow. If I'm right about the RA4, then suddenly it becomes an RA8 Evil Wall with waiting. And you could probably keep ahead of the crutches at that point.
Yeah, you could. And remember, this, at least on Eizan's side, that Porm is speedy.
Right, that Artie Bow.
That will help with pushing the damage.
And yeah, John Burkhead referencing one of the popular ladder flag sets of Falcon Percent, where launch the Falcon and you're done.
With various amounts of rudeness.
Yes.
Sometimes super free, sometimes DKC in the Evil Wall, or Ogopogo in the Evil Wall.
Sometimes you find darkness and you just have to do a horseman grind.
A horseman grind in this economy? And sometimes you have to deal with a water hag at King with a solo foo, which is far ruder than you might think.
Oh, sleepy time. And a different sort of sleepy time. Staleman just doing Staleman things.
First temporary sleep, then slightly more or slightly less temporary sleep.
But weak lands, so just get one more shot in.
Oh, that edge is never waking up.
Can't run from trap chests. Not an option.
A very nice Evelyn, just... I mean, there was a Moon Veil, an Artemis Bow, and a Glass Hat?
Yeah, it's legit. Oh, you're gonna try for it again, Engadave, or yeah, just leave it be. It's all good.
No, there are some trap chests I will just avoid like the plague. That's one of them.
Back attack Staleman would be terrifying. Since our plague was back attack. Never
Play
mind.
the vanilla game. You can deal with that. Or turn on Eno Danger. Or E Danger and
Right. Oh, E-Danger. For those in chat that don't know, if you step outside of tournament season for Free Enterprise, you'll see people running some rather rude flags. E-Danger is one of them, where the random encounters are sort of turned off. Any random encounter that's a back attack or a surprise still hits you.
I know you've got some mystery flag sets that, or some mystery animals that you created that incorporate E Danger into it.
Yeah, I've got one. Go straight to E Vanilla, where, yeah, you just get the random encounters and deal with it. But no, we don't give you XP for them because that would be too kind.
And also, you can't run away.
Yeah, that either.
So we will not be doing this during a tournament because we like to see.
No, nobody but madmen have time for that.
We like our broadcast ending in less than 6 hours.
That's generally a good idea. Pretty sure Xenacat does not touch E vanilla Cubs.
No, Lit 3's do. Tricker's Trials does not do that. Because again, we like our seats actually ending.
Right. The general reaction is, why? What we got in this, Eizan? Says, you know what? No. I spent enough time on that at Cave Evelyn. We're just going straight in now.
Yeah, Eizan feels like he has the power to get through this and can life roulette a little bit if needed.
We know it's something into an evil wall. We know it won't be Golbez or Wyvern or Val, as this is our way underground.
These are gonna punch.
Oh, hey. Yeah, they're gonna punch.
But
That's
we have
true.
confidence.
Right. And the ninja shirts, yeah, very resistant to the punch. One down before it even gets a chance to punch. And Sid, with all of that wonderful defense gear that you mentioned earlier, is not impressed.
That turns out a good way to avoid getting, punched in the face is just wear a lot of heavy armor.
Yeah! Weird, that. Also, since those were mages, whoever had the rune ring on in the back row would have been fine. You go straight in here. I know you've got a moon veil, but it looks like Eizan is gonna head straight in.
Tough call. I think I would take the safety here. How about you?
I probably would too. But, the last time I raced against Eizan Tayama, I got my head handed to me, so...
I know that feeling with these runners. Last time I raced against Xyrak, I got kicked out of a tournament.
They were both very good. They know their stuff.
Cubs will point out we have a Moonveil, we have a Bacchus. Someone is very, very safe.
Yep. And we also have two Blink Casters to help with that damage.
And we have plenty of darts mostly from Evelyn Castle. As this is a fight I would very gladly just throw the kitchen sink at.
Oh yes. Everything must go. I will loot later for more darts if I need to.
Get through this, we'll figure it out afterwards.
Right. One slow caster. Same hat, Cubs. And sheep launcher.
Fortunately, the other slow caster is slightly more resilient.
Yes. Black belt and some blink casting will do that for you. Porque no los dos, sheep launcher.
So that's what happens when you join the Restream team. They just get assimilated into the... They don't really get assimilated. I see, Cubs.
Come to the Restream Collective. We have cookies.
Delicious, delicious cookies.
But on a more serious note about that, if you are enjoying the tournament and you're thinking, wow, how hard is it to help out with this? It's really easy. Head on over to the Free Enterprise Discord. Head over and, well, just ask. Say, hey, where do I go to do this comms thing or this tracking thing? They'll point you there. There's a form. We'll start you off on tracking, lighting up some buttons, and if that's the role you like, we definitely can use all of the roles. And if you want to move on to comms or restreaming after that, we'll be more than happy to show you what you need to do. It's not hard.
No, you just gotta fill out the form and push a few buttons here and there.
Looming crush.
Fortunately, we got everyone standing, so plenty of targets for life potions, or people to throw them.
Yes.
And Eizan is through.
And makes it. Nicely done.
Eizan Tayama tearing down this wall.
Taking a rude fought at Ruby spot, charging into it, no save, and handling it like a professional. Xyrak coming in right behind.
I think those extra levels may have helped, just to... We were in crush phase for a bit.
So, objective at top of tower and a tower key in hand. I mean...
What do you think? Land, pop a U-turn?
Right, that'd be my choice. I like going to Dwarf Castle with that D-mist, but objective is an objective.
And you can just full clear right away, so
Right.
nice and efficient. Plus you get the good airship back.
True. You don't have to make the swap off outside of Eblin.
Xyrak also swagging it.
Yeah, Xyrak not afraid of this wall either. And like Eizan, going for that immediate Moonveil. Let's get this done. Party composition different though. Xyrak probably eyeing that D-machine grind.
I know the Viridia's gotten a few levels. I think she's still in slingshot range.
Yeah. Not having found the darkness early, might just be going for a 10 key item version. We'll have to see how that plays out.
The wall being slightly ruder here. I think punched Hallam mid twin cast.
But we have Edge getting drunk and Moonveiled. So that's where most of our work's gonna happen.
Yeah, just let Edge hit things.
Yep. That's what he's good at.
Unfortunately, we do have free bosses, so no fear of fourth wave coming out of here.
Yeah.
But
and this spot does not have impressive... It's moderate dark waves. It's nothing a Sid and an Edge can't handle.
It does have a boatload of HP, so we're probably just going to wait for a speech about justice.
Oh, definitely.
Was it 21,000 here or something?
Around that. And suddenly, when we had no objectives for the longest time, Eizan's about to pick up objective number 4.
Sheep Launcher wanted buttons to push. You've got buttons.
Right? Clickety clickety.
And to the moon.
Oh hey! Darkness at top of tower.
No, on the bright side.
Motion.
On the bright side, both the runners are going to be prompted to go there for the objective. So
yes.
no chance of a runner fading it for half an hour.
Yeah, this is not what I would describe as a hidden darkness or buried in any way, shape, or form.
Hey, second scoop of vanilla for our Sunday brunch.
More vanilla. John Burkhead Zot showed a demist, and I believe it was King Queen Evelyn in Bygone Spot.
Correct. King Queen gave us the starting key item.
And Xyrak dispatching the evil wall without much fanfare. Just going to walk in, much like Eizan, professionally dispatching it, moving on.
Great job for both runners getting to it. That's among the ruder bosses that can show up at that spot.
Yeah. It does raise the question whether you want to grind and go to the moon, because there's only 3 bosses left. I've been told by various people that your average expected bosses on Moon and Giant is 2. So if you just swing a little higher than that, because then if you end up not getting everything you need on the moon, you don't feel bad about coming back down to Earth to finish things off. You kind of wanted to do that anyway. So it's a Sura dwarf one.
And without having done Zot first, I think Xyrak's obligated to take these fights.
Yeah. And we have some more vanilla in the rat tail.
Think that's enough vanilla. I'll get sick if we get sick of it too much.
More. All of the vanilla. Bygone at Leviathan. So rude.
No.
Not an objective. Goodbye.
We will fight you never.
If you have a Baron key and the 2 bosses we haven't seen in Baron are required, the joke's on us. Ha ha ha.
if that is a case, that I tip my imaginary Captain Cubs rule for that one.
GG's.
I could say maybe a temptation to take the Bahamut, but not an objective. We got places to go.
Right. And it's gonna burn through some of your veils, though. We might want frog strats for the D-Lunars. We might want to reflect a veil at elements so that we don't deal with any other phases. And of course, ha 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 is out there, so... I don't think either of our runners have seen the Starveil shop yet, so it's... Yeah, it's... Well, you know it's out there. The rules say Starveils are on the overworld somewhere because of exactly what we're talking about.
Right, if you haven't found it yet, your starting Starveils are precious. Even burning 1 to get through that Bahamut might be too much.
Eizan, checking those freebies, sets up Sheila 1. Gonna go turn in that rat tail.
Gets the pan from it. Actually, I don't know yet.
I mean, could be. Oh, it's music.
I just thought it'd be amusing to set up Sheila 1, turn the rat tail, and get the pan and just start rumbling.
Now on our way to Sheila 1. No, the troll here is to get the pink tail from Sheila 1, having just turned in the rat tail. That's the...
Yes.
Well, okay, cool. Good joke, game. Ha ha.
What are you really looking for from a pink tail? Masa, maybe?
Yeah, Masa. I'd accept a white shirt for him, but...
Fair.
Honestly, Stardust. Thanks, Sheila. You're the best.
Sheila gives Sheila actually giving us just some dirt found in her pockets.
Right. Ghost hand, best hand over on Xyrak's side.
Yes, it
Been
is.
waiting for this since the tower is hot.
Yeah, Void take Ghost Hand. This is a blessed seed.
Yes. What is Dwarven fashion today?
It's shiny.
Dwarven fashion is part of Forge.
It's a shiny stick. I'm fine with this.
Inventory boss was looming, and hey, those star veils. Not picking them up though. Oh, picked them up earlier? Okay. Doesn't need any more if he's got 12.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
He's fine.
So Xyrak, if he heads to Thamarsh before going up the tower, might take that Bahamut fight.
Yeah, could.
With how fast it is and how hard the Mega Nukes here, I think you can clear with just a single veil.
It's a high magic spot. So it wouldn't surprise me.
By high, I think we mean guaranteed quad 9s. By high, we mean you ain't surviving this.
No, you're not. And yeah, chat pointing out the Swark Robe. It is good gear. It will protect you from lightning. It will protect you from the undead. It will boost your spellcasting stat, whichever one it is.
And has pretty good magic evade.
Yeah, it's got solid numbers there too.
I think it helps protect you from counter nukes and big bangs too.
Yes. Xyrak deciding now is the time for the siren. It's fair. Get underground and get going. It's often a good time to make things happen. You're not worried about getting anyone to warp the way you are on some other flag sets because the warp glitch is not on. You're just worried about having the power to take on the much tougher bosses.
Okay, that was just a misclick. I was thinking toading an egg.
Right?
That actually works.
Was like, I was waiting for the egg to turn into a frog because I don't know. Does this work? Misclicks will happen to the best of us, without a doubt. No, how about Possum? How about we hit the egg with a power staff? That way it hatches and is berserk.
I don't even think it hatches.
Like, it just goes berserk? Ah, well, you
you get punched by an egg, I think. Which is honestly better to get punched by a dragon.
I mean, that's, that being punched by an egg would be surprising.
Yeah, I prefer it that way because it's a just much funnier visual.
Punched by an egg, Brunch's revenge.
Also, whacking a D machine with a power staff, also a great idea.
Oh no, don't do it, no! As much as we see Porum going bonk, love seeing Porum go bonk with a power staff, sometimes mistakes can be made.
Sometimes you must restrain the bonk a little bit.
Sometimes.
But I fully agree with this play by Xyrak.
Yeah, Xyrak's going for it.
Xyrak's still on a hunt for that darkness. So
Yeah.
I
so
fully agree
makes
with taking a free fight.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And looks like Eizan's time for demist. I mean,
Rydia's mom giving us the ability to stop time?
weird. I mean, that's one way to make sure you don't get woken up from your nap. 5 more minutes. Though an excellent way to deal with that sirened up encounter is throwing a dart at it. Might I suggest an Excalibur? Pesky chocobos. pesky chocobos.
We do see Eizan doing
Ah!
doing some of Chad's favorite check.
Yes.
Well, you were right about the Baron keeping in the Fey March.
Ooh, that has some serious potential to reward Xyrak.
You were right about the Baron keeping in the Fey March. Just one spot to the right.
One slot over. Yeah. I mean, we've got Quake. We just quake down the arms for Baigun, it's casual, right? What could go wrong? And Baigun triple punches Palom. Oh, yeah, that.
Well,
That
you
could
just
go
assume it
wrong.
would take 3.
Right, it probably wouldn't.
Baigun just winds up and punches Palom for 2,000.
Bam! Goodbye. Well, we've seen a lot of wonderful execution from our runners in this seed. And now we're going to get to stretch, take our own little break, because it's music time. There we go. A lot of good harp songs in the pool, and that is definitely one of them.
Yeah, definitely top tier harp music right there.
Oh, and a Luca key. So we have a chain in this twin harp.
Like that song just fits perfectly on the harp. And more importantly, it's not just a chain, that's a 10th key item.
Yeah. All experience doubled from this point. Well, don't worry about that, Val. For Xyrak's mage team, that's just here and Baron. Edge can handle this.
You thought Baron was Kina, but it was I, Valvalis.
And yet, 10th key item seems to be what Eizan was waiting for. We're done with Earth. We are heading to the moon. Or maybe the giant.
This is a nasty spot. I think this has perfect magic defense when spinning.
Yes, I think you're right. So you just gotta cut through or dart it. But better here than, say, the ribbon room.
Not a fan of 42,000 HP of can't nuke Valvalis.
Not especially, particularly with Xyrak's party. It's just like, this is why I bought all these drain spears.
Or this is exactly why the last member of Mage Party is Kane if he shows up.
Eizan's launched the whale, looking to do a party change, perhaps. Sure, we'll take radio.
So it looks like we're gonna see a T-Machine slingshot on this Rydia.
Yeah, and dismissing Edge for this.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, because Eizan hasn't seen Val. Hey! Thanks to running through Baron Castle, we can get underground!
Yay!
And Possum pointing out that Edge is awkward for a D-Money. He does have a tendency to jump the queue if you're not perfectly anchored.
Very good point, Possum. I didn't think about that. I wasn't thinking agility.
So what's in this basement? Was the Bahamut trip worth it? Do we have any joy here?
Maybe.
Sparkle? Sparkle?
Oh, there it is!
We do have value in Baron Castle. It's not required, but it helps. Now we just gotta deal with it.
Okay, yeah, there can't be a boss gating key item down here.
No, because we've seen them all. The only one Xyrak's missing is Twin Harp, and we know where that is.
Yeah, I was doing a quick. Could this be hard required?
Nah.
Hey, we see Eizan setting up the D-Machine grind on the Giant. Now remember to turn counters on this time. It's a very important step.
Better that than forgetting to turn them off after.
Ooh, hits the encounter fight immediately. Very nice.
Good times.
And possibly calling it lucky number 7. I don't have the numbers memorized. I just had the chart in front of me.
That chart's around somewhere. And now we have the lunar frogs.
Yep.
Yeah. Some conversation in chat about Eizan's choice of battle speed 3, possibly for multiple life glitches. Also, maybe a little bit of a cushion in case something gets out of hand. The first seems like the more likely consideration. You see runners like Eizan doing a D-machine grind, and it makes it look easy. But it's not. It's the thing that, when all the gears turn right and everything meshes, it's beautiful and efficient. And the moment one of those gears starts grinding, and just suddenly it can turn on you.
Yeah, things can go sideways very fast in this grind.
Are you sure you bought enough Sork robes, Xyrak? Have you considered another one, maybe? Whatever. You got an objective.
Yeah, the real reward was lighting up objective number... Oh, the 4th objective. I'm not counting.
Yeah.
Counting these.
Objective number 8. The 4th objective Xyrak has completed.
I have a feeling Xyrak's gonna head to the tower next. I think that's his only option.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fine, I'll go do my objective up here.
I guess. Lighting up bosses. Who does that? Grumble, grumble. A lot more likely to, get full XP out of this DKC now, which, yeah, that's a decent chunk.
And the DKC will get Xyrak to 10.
Yeah. But, when do you grind? How do you grind? The time you spend grinding could be time that your opponent is using to make checks to gain a lead, which is exactly what Xyrak's doing. But once you finish your grind, if there's enough left to do in the seed, then you can use that fully powered party to make up time by getting through those checks faster.
Right, a grind is an investment.
Yeah.
You're investing some time now to get power overwhelming to save time later.
Yep. So since we've got D-Machine on one side and some checks that have already been done on the other, let's give a quick shout out to our team here. Cubs Rule, who hid the bosses fairly well, kept the overworld barren, and has rolled us up a very entertaining seed. Sheep Launcher, making sure all the buttons get lit up and not eaten, and Engadave joining me here and keeping the comms chill and also fun.
I send a big shout out to you, Commander Leonhard, a great partner, great person.
Thanks. DKC fades away after some justice.
Justice is not the only right in this world. Someday you will be a machine. And here's a ticket.
And that'll put Xyrak at 5 for the moment in the lead. Eizan efficiently working through this. And yeah, that Rydia does make the agility a little interesting, as chat's pointing out, because at base level, she's actually slower than Tella, so she's not gonna be in that rotation every time.
And then when she jumps in, it's surprise, you're not getting weak guys when you think you are.
Wait, what? What do you mean? It's not Tella's turn yet.
Rydia channels her inner tricker and declares, "It's my turn now."
if the goal is just nuke on Rydia, then 12 is enough, counting the... No, wait, 6
3
would
plus
be
3.
enough.
Yep,
6 would be enough, counting the life glitches. It would be 3 plus
Yeah.
3, because we've got both key items and slingshots.
But I think the goal is nuke white, so you're probably doing 5 plus 5 to get the twins up.
Right, so if that in itself isn't enough for Medio on Rydia, I don't know if it is or not, then maybe we'll get there if we do more things in the seed.
6 plus 6 with a... Or 6 plus 6 would get there.
Okay. So yeah, if Eizan decides, hey, I'm here, I might as well check these giant bosses, and goes through them, that could get the job done there.
Now, Xyrak will need to take a grind of roughly the same length, just due to not having slingshot set up.
If Xyrak chooses that route, Xyrak might decide that I will just get the rest of the levels I need on the moon. No Cecil Technolink. Red Moon flag set says your starting character will either be Edge, Cecil, or sometimes Fusoya. And whichever one of those three it is, you will not see the other two in the seed.
Yeah, so we can only assume Cecil's off having Lunarian adventures with Fu.
Yeah. He's off training in some swamp, learning about his heritage.
Carrying Fusoya in a little backpack. From the moon you are.
Speaking of the moon, that's where Xyrak's going. Says, you know, on second thought, let us not go to the giant. This is a silly place. What's in the shop?
Some more hourglasses.
Hey! Yeah, Technolink Edge did get ditched by Eizan. As Possum pointed out, having Edge's agility in a D-Machine grind can interfere with a turn order.
We find Siren somewhere?
Uh-oh. We got a little bit of a panic. We have a summon D-Machine and a Tella that's down to 17 MP. What's that?
Oh no!
Half? Oh boy.
I think that elixir went on the wrong person.
No. We wanted that. We want that MP on Tella. Tella gets an elixir.
It went on Palom.
Well, we also would like Palom to kill it when we're done.
Okay, John Burke had pointed out Xyrak has 10 sirens. That explains the 20 hourglass purchase. We're gonna see gold dragons.
Sure. We look at this boss real fast. Sparkle. We've already had our required Sparkle, so it's whatever. We can just do gold dragons here and be on our way. And yeah, Wyvern or Ogo Sheep Launcher. Tracker on it.
The important part, for Xyrak at least, knows that's not required.
Yes. Has enough. What? Yep. Well, Xyrak can't see... Yeah, it's not required. Unless we have some Harp into Luca or Luca into Harp Chain. We know that's not the case. But from Xyrak's perspective, that is the very rare possibility of any spot being required. It is not something I would worry about.
Okay, not an objective.
That is definitely not an objective. Yes, that's true. Oh, we got nice 2 on the gold dragons.
And I like Eizan's way of ending that, preserving the tele anchor by kamikazing to end the fight.
That works.
Also, this Rydia is about to get 3 million XP.
That was, yeah, there's power overwhelming, and then there's this. As really casually gets 65 levels. What do you learn after? What do you learn after Meteo? There's gotta be something, right? Right?
What are spells we got? What are we up to now?
Ultima, Supernova,
Merton.
Shockwave Pulsar, jeez. Eizan is about to, like, we've seen already that Eizen's good enough to handle things like the evil wall on a hook route, but with this kind of power, Eizan is about to demolish anything and everything in his path.
Yeah, this Dark Elf's about to have a very, very bad day.
Oh my goodness. Another nice 2 for Xyrak. That's letting him get 240k out of each of these Gold Dragon fights.
That's going to very quick. That's going to short this grind by a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Xyrak, very good at the timing of that. I usually end up accidentally chucking a life potion at a still alive dragon.
These hit point totals. These hit point totals. Sid can take 2 high roll big bangs to the face without any healing, as long as one of them isn't a 9 roll. And,
I'd like to
and laugh.
I'd like to shout out that Rydia could face tank a 9 roll.
Right? Without any dodges. You know she's going to get at least 1 dodge. I mean, like, the odds are overwhelming that you're going to see at least 1 dodge out of her at these levels. Oh, man.
Porum, We know Porum doesn't die to big bangs or meteos.
Especially not now. Oh my goodness.
And continuing with the, was that another nice 2 we saw?
Not sure, but wouldn't surprise me. Possum letting us know just a single there. Still a nice 180.
Hey.
Except it's a gold dragon, not a blue dragon, but you know.
That was Meteor and the Kid. I think we are 1...
Yeah, next
1 more set of
should do it then.
dragons.
Yep. And 2 levels. Might get this, you know, Rydia only needs 2 levels. 1 more might get Rydia there too.
Oh, no need to get Tella back up. We have weak on the kids.
Yeah. We finally learned your ways, old man. Go to sleep. Change it up to fire too, as a treat.
Yeah, just going ice all the time. It gets a little boring. You gotta have some variety in your life.
Just 1 this time, so...
Yeah, no reason to get fancy here. This lap, 180 should be plenty. Not 2700 HP Rydia plenty, but still plenty.
No, I mean, that's a special kind of power, definitely. Maybe she gets to 3000 by the time Eizen's done. I don't know her hit point curve. And that'll do it. We've got White Nuke on Xyrak's side, and he's a boss ahead, having found that D-Lunars that Eizan probably fades until near the end of time.
Yeah, that little Demus, or that Bahamut check in the Feymarch paying off.
Yeah, Eizan can even that up if the next boss is an objective, but if not, this looks very good for Xyrak.
I believe we know there have to be 3 bosses on the Giant and Moon combined.
Yes, because we've seen everything else. Wait, has Eizan dove Luca? Thank you, Cubs. Just hit me too, Luca. Just hit me too. Wait a minute, I don't remember Luca. So could be a boss down in Luca. Not something that's required for our bosses, for our runners, but it's there.
A boss in Luca would be very bad news for Eizan.
And Leviathan, not what Eizan wanted to see here. This gives Xyrak a very strong lead.
And now we know there's 2 bosses, at least 2 on the moon in the LST.
Yep, it'll be enough to get Xyrak in go mode. Eizan's gonna have to clear out the moon, and best for Eizan is to have 3 on the moon that are required.
Worst case,
then Eizan doesn't have to go hunting. But if only 2 are on the moon, that would mean a 3rd one would be in Luca. And given Eizan's key item layout, and that he won't find Baron Key on the moon, I think if he clears the moon, that Luca's probably his next stop.
Right. I would agree with you on that. I'm hoping for... I know we've seen a lot this tournament, but Alt Gauntlet's still out there.
It is!
And we're on the moon.
Gauntlet is out there, and it is either down at the sealed cave with the longest rendition of Run, or it's up here on the moon.
We've seen a lot of Masa Alt Gauntlets this tournament. I want to mix it up a bit. Throw in a Crystal Sword.
Sure, some Fatal Eyes. Everybody loves Fatal Eyes. They're great.
Some Fatal Eyes, some Double Blue Dragons.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh.
Seriously, I think there's days I'd rather fight the Masa one than that.
Sure.
Fatal Eyes are just annoying. The Blue Dragons have way more resistance than they should.
They're one of the few monsters in the game that actually have physical evade to attacks, and they shrug off all sorts of elements.
Speaking of elements,
hey,
there they are.
Look at that. Xyrak says, you know what? I'm not afraid of Ruby Phase. I have nukes. I have whites. I'm just going to obliterate you. Maybe we'll just deal enough damage to skip all of that.
Hopefully you just have nukes. Don't cast white on Ruby Phase.
Yeah, elements are weird that way. The code for shifting the elements makes things a little wonky sometimes.
Yeah, fun fact, Ruby Phase absorbs Holy. I made this mistake.
Yep, Eizan takes a quick look, discovers it's Ogo. Xyrak's at 6. One more boss. Is this the go mode?
It is. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! 42k of... Wait, what's that power you have?
42k. Oh my god, why are the nukes coming? Why do the nukes keep increasing? Why? So yeah, this will be crystal for Xyrak. Eizan really needs to find an alt gauntlet on the moon. That is his bet. Yes. Oh my goodness.
And there's only 2 spots left it could be.
Eizan's in bailouts. Alt gauntlet, either the Ogopogo spot or the crystal sword altar.
Yeah, there's only 2 spots left.
That is his best case scenario right now, chat.
You know you're in danger when your best case scenario is that.
Yeah, that that Bahamut fight that Xyrak took, working his way through to D-Lunars, it could have been a lot of time for nothing, but it's going to be the biggest difference maker in this race.
Yeah, Xenocat in chat. All three of those are gross that are left.
Right? The other option is Sealed Cave. And Eizan's going straight to that Crystal Sword altar. 1 in 3 chance this is a gauntlet. Because that's what his party needs, is more XP from 5 counters. 5 more moon encounters.
Do we get the Fatal Eye?
I mean,
That's
you already called
that's a
Antlion,
delay. Oh.
so... Yep. No, just Ruby. Moving on. Radio over on Xyrak's side. Gonna try to solo this Golbez. Should be fine. A lot of hit points here, but a fair amount of power in the nuke.
Radio 1v1 in Golbez. Is this some level of vanilla?
You know, could be. That wall is still standing strong. Golbez fight goes on long enough, even if it's an RA1 character holding that wall, I just start to get a little nervous. There it is.
Yeah, 2 RA1 actors, that wall's gonna last more than long enough for the fight to end.
Xyrak taking down Golbez. 7th objective complete. First runner with the crystal at about 1:35, a little under that. Grab the chest real quick, or do you feel so far behind that you just book? You just book.
I don't think Xyrak really falls behind. Or feels behind. How about you?
I think that at a certain level, you always feel behind. Like, the only reason we know Xyrak's not behind is that Eizan skipped out on that Bahamut. I said 1:35, didn't I?
I was letting it go.
I'm on Feymarch Standard Time, y'all.
Oof. We're actually playing just a pass hunt seed.
Yeah, sure. Sounds fun. There's flags in chat. We're walking into a Z room. There's things we're supposed to say, right, Engadave?
Yeah, but I mean, a Sunday, a midday nap sounds good, but no.
Yeah, I don't need a nap. I'm good. I'm ready for the day. There's a lot more free enterprise coming. I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, there is. Those Z flags are asking a question about our final boss. Zeromus, he's too big, too scary. We can't move him. He's got some sort of contract. So instead, we let him cosplay. We've got 550-ish sprites right now for him, most of them created by our wonderful artist, Scala Kitty. But at this point, we have one question left to ask, and you here to do the honors, Commander?
In the name of the moon, what butt are we going to punish this morning? Or did you mean the other question?
That's... and other such questions. Is it cute? Let's have a hat.
It is... not cute.
Also, unless that thing coming up its head is a hat, I don't think it's a hat. That's a thing.
Hi there, Zemus. I mean, cute is a matter of opinion. but I have made my opinion known, and I will stand by that. Porum just shrugging off the counter nuke. 872.
Do we expect anything else from Porum?
No.
I swear she's got something that gives her bonus magic evade.
Not just a lot of will. Honestly, I mean, Porum's gotten the spotlight for pulling this off, but you want to talk about shrugging off counter nukes and big bangs, just look at Rydia.
You'd think Rydia would be able to do it because she's got a ton of wisdom and will.
Mm-hmm. See, look at that. 597 for Porum, but 466 for Rydia.
That Eizan's handling Golbez much the same way, just raining the nukes down.
Mm-hmm. But has multiple actors to do this. Gets on through and has to wander over to the Masamune altar to see, pretty sure Eizan's really hoping for D-Lunars there. We know that's not going to be what it is. It was a pan and a pink tail in the ribbon room. Meh.
And we get to answer the question of, which really bad alt gauntlet is it? Because neither of those are fun. It's ways playing out. Eizan's going to find the alt gauntlet. The only question is which spot.
Ryudo D-Lunar is in the Baron basement, and the Baron key is behind Bahamut at the Asura spot in the Feymarch. Xyrak veiled up and dealt with it, and Eizan moved on. Is this go mode for Eizan?
Show us an evil mask.
Ooh, bit of a sting on that Big Bang coming through. HP run out on Rydia. Porum ticking down from 17. And it is the alt gauntlet! Eizan has his go mode. Possibly. Not in the way he wanted it, though.
The randomizer delivers again.
And now it's just the twins for Xyrak, and unless there's another stack of Veils out, there's only one left after this. Here we go. There are a few things that, with my human tendency of noting certain things and missing others, that seem to be happening a lot. But we can talk about that later as Xyrak gets through after that Big Bang. Is our winner of this race. We'll have an official time in a moment, but for now we have Xyrak in here for us with an interview. GG.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so, this week, what are your thoughts on the series you're running through it?
Slow. Felt very slow. The overworld just felt like it took forever to get through. I had a few spots where I was not particularly pleased with my execution. That miss menu on Plague was pretty terrible. And then you see the evil wall and you're like, ugh. And you have to decide, are you going to try and power your way through that and risk just death cycling to it? And I was like, I'm just going to go out and get levels. And yeah, that Moon Veil, pretty huge.
Oh yes. that was critical in dealing with that. Still not a gimme fight by any means, and you still dispatched it very well. But you start marching your way through, and you make your way down to Feymarch, and you made the very fateful choice to go after that Bahamut.
Yeah, free fight. I wanted levels. I wanted to give the mages the opportunity to survive the DKC fight at the top of the tower, just to try and get that experience as well. just decided I knew I had a boatload of Star Veils, so I knew I could afford to waste like 4 of them if I had to. So yeah, no, it turned out well. Bearing Key is probably the key item you want to see on these settings, other than the Darkness Crystal. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and of course you chase that. You know, we remembered it wasn't King Queen, wasn't going to do any good, but there's 2 chances, and we're all sitting here, shaking, wondering as you're heading down to the basement, if this is it. Do we have it, or was this just a long time where you understand that but you understand the call and it just doesn't work out? And fortunately, the Lunars were there waiting.
Yeah, no, it was good. I would have felt okay with it. I'm gonna have a hard time in this flag set skipping anything that gives me 2 bosses plus an item check.
Oh yeah, you gotta chase that.
Yeah, if it doesn't, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I mean, if my opponent 5 brings that, then I mean, congrats to them, but I'm not going to. Yeah.
And I wouldn't fault anyone for diving down, check 2 bosses.
No. You run for that, and just the general principle of if you're going to put time into a check, even if it's something as simple as a Bahamut, you're going to follow up on whatever it gives you. You get done, you're about ready to go up to the moon, and you got to figure out what to do to go with your party. Were you always thinking something on the moon, or was it finding the hourglasses that sealed gold dragons for you?
If there were hourglasses, it was going to be gold dragon. If there weren't, I probably would have had Porum muting warlocks. Those were the 2 things on my mind.
Nice.
Interesting play.
Yeah, with that mute knife, it's a thing you like to see.
It would have been probably a touch sketchy, just because Porum is almost like Porum's not going to be fast enough. They're probably going to be at least 1 cast coming off the warlock, so you know they could potentially be a little bit rude. But I wasn't running around looking for mute bells. I had 3 shops I never looked at, so I couldn't be sure where they were.
But this will get you on through to the next round of the Waning bracket. Good job getting this far. It's a tough flag set and a lot of tough customers around here. Any thoughts about the next race? Are you at a point with this flag set now where you're very comfortable with how you approach it, depending on what you see, or are you still tweaking some things?
I tend to change how maybe change is too strong a word, but I definitely tend to go with what the seed gives me a lot of the time. The Red Moon flags, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, they kind of run themselves in a lot of ways. You're just kind of piloting, so it's all about maximizing how efficiently and how quickly you do that, which I did not do this seed. I missed some execution errors that I was shaking my head at the whole time, but made the 1 or 2 right calls that it had to be made, and hopefully we'll just continue to do that as we go along.
Yeah, nobody runs a perfect seed, and you want to note them and get better, obviously, but you know, you came out in front at the end against a very skilled opponent.
Yeah, a little bit of revenge for ZZ3, since Eizan was the one who knocked me out in round of 32. So,
he has that effect on people.
Yeah. I can't. There's all these young bucks right now, and I keep racing like do and Eizan and all the other old boys who have been here forever. But yeah.
Whereas Z3 was my first tournament. I'm a survivor of those hook qualifiers.
Yes.
Over here. But any last thoughts on the seed? Any questions you have here, Engadave?
Just a curiosity about something. Early on, you took the package. Was that just a kind of a cheeky play for a boss, or?
No, if I get it as the starting item, I like to use it right away. I mean, you want to check the Kaipo shop and the Watery Pass anyway, so you already have some synergy of wanting to go to the desert. So you're never going to get a better time to do it the whole seed. So if you don't do it right away, you're essentially saying I'm never doing it. And I'm not somebody who ascribes to the I never do this, and if my opponent does, then I'll just take the loss. Like, I'm not a believer in that. So if that's the best opportunity to do it, then I'm going to take it.
Okay, seems reasonable. I was just curious about your perspective.
Makes sense, especially on, on a boss hunt. So, any last thoughts for us, Xyrak?
No, that's it for me.
All right.
Just a quick thank you to both of you and to Cubs and Sheep for everything with the restream, and GG to Eizan once again.
All right. And GG to you as well, Xyrak. Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
All right. That was the winner of our race here, Xyrak. Eizan Tayama has dismantled the gauntlet with the power of Sid and Dragoon armor. Red Dragon's not so scary when you have resistance to fire and Dragoons.
Yeah, it turns out when they can't kill you, I think a problem.
Right? Weird how that works. 6,300 hit points on this Sid. Now, literal, that's a good chance of surviving 3 Big Bangs.
Over 3k HP on Rydia.
Right? It's impressive.
That's what the power of a grind plus a 600,000 XP alt gauntlet does to you.
And yeah, it's gonna be the same reflect strats we saw on Xyrak's side, only more brutal. Bringing 6,800 in with that white cast. How?
I'd be surprised if this is not quad 9s. Paolo, you're laying me down, kid.
So close. not quite. Counter going to find Porum. Ooh, managed to slip that in for 1,200.
Porum's still casually shrugging it off.
There's no threat here. I mean, she's fine. Sid gonna play Wall Chemist and toss a healing potion over there. Nerfed Big Bang. Max is out at 1,200. No concerns here.
I think Tella got an evade roll on that.
Well, he's probably got enough wisdom to get one roll in there.
Right, because after a certain point, Tella does start gaining wisdom, but I don't think he's got the HP for that yet.
There's only one free Z fight, and it involves the 64 glitch.
And a little bit of Upco.
Indeed. Will this be our quad 9? No, not quite. Hallam's still leading with something like 9,300, dealing the most damage to Z in this fight. You are correct.
There you are, kid.
Sid does get a nice medio in that. There's our quad 9s.
He was saving it for the grand finale.
Yeah, gotta finish in style. GG's to Eizan Tayama. Runner-up in this race, but no doubt that he put on a good show. Just with a lot of these races, you can't check everything, and
sometimes the one thing you fade is what's critical.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Eizan has declined an interview.
Yeah. Which everyone has that right. So that will be it for us here on this broadcast. Been a pleasure working with all of you. We are not done though. We are sending you over to RPG Limit Break to race in progress. Alchemy and Gurren. No spoilers. Just let them know it was a great race between two runners, and they should go watch it.
And after that's over, we have at 3 o'clock Eastern, Dathis and Mechalink racing on Free Enterprise 2. Then at 5 Eastern, at Dekar Smash and Dragus on Free Enterprise 1, this channel. And we cap off the week at 8 o'clock Eastern with Elven Sorrow and Bardic Panda.
So much Free Enterprise on this Sunday.
A full slate of it.
Gonna be great.